whether or not the person is guilty of first-degree murder or was it self-defense. Okay?
All rise. Hear, hear. The mock trial court of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is now in session. The Honorable Judge Tivnan presiding.
Thank you, sir. You may be seated.
Opportunity. It's those moments that everybody waits for in life to do what they've been waiting so long to complete. For Stephanie Hardee, that moment came on the night of August 2nd, 2014. On that night, Stephanie Hardee pulled out her gun, known as the Man Stopper, and fired not one, not two, but 3 shots, killing her own son-in-law in her own home in front of her grandchildren. Hannah Kumar, the daughter of Harry Kumar and granddaughter of Stephanie Hardee, watched in horror as she witnessed her grandmother shoot her father, not in self-defense, but rather in cold blood. Today, as the prosecution, we hold the burden of proof, and today we expect that we will prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that Stephanie Hardee is guilty of murder in the first degree. We ask that after reviewing all the evidence presented to you today, that you will find the defendant, Stephanie Hardee, guilty of murder in the first degree.
The defense is confident that the prosecution will not be able to prove all the elements in order to convict my client.
And what were your actions after speaking to Stephanie Hardee at the crime scene?
I took her out of the handcuffs.
And what did you learn after speaking to the other officers that were at the crime scene with you?
I learned that the stories did not match up with Stephanie Hardee's story. So
you learned that the stories may have not matched up. What did you do after that?
I placed Stephanie Hardee back in handcuffs.
After you arrested Stephanie Hardee, how did you conclude your investigation?
I took pictures of the crime scene and I examined Stephanie Hardee's gun.
I love Grandma Hardee a lot. She was really helpful to me and my mom, and she loves me a lot. She was really helpful to me when my mom died.
On the other side, on the posterior side, was unremarkable, and it was pooling blood on the posterior side of Mr. Kumar's body, which is usually found in exit wounds.
I currently live with my 2 granddaughters, Martha Hartford and Hannah Kumar. I love them both.
Came to move in with us, I caught her talking and texting to her dad very often, and sometimes even after my grandmother went to bed, she would sneak out to go and see her dad.
Shots that fired that night.
The first shot missed Kumar and lodged in the wall behind him. The second shot hit Kumar in the left arm where it had penetrated and exited his arm. However, the third and final bullet struck Kumar in the chest, where it remained stuck in his body.
Kill Harry Kumar, that she planned it in advance, that she did it with malice, which meant she meant to do it, and that she did it with deliberate, like I said, premeditation or malice of forethought. If you don't believe that, you can't find her guilty of first-degree murder. If you believe that she was acting in self-defense, you find her not guilty. Does everyone understand? So there's 3 options. First-degree murder, manslaughter, which means she shot him but didn't plan it out, or not guilty. Is this clear? You're going to stand up, run in that hall for 2 minutes, talk to each other, and then we're coming back, and then everyone can go.